All right, so we're going to go over an example of 5NF7. This is on practice 3. So if you don't have practice 3, that's fine, but I would make sure to take notes on this so that way you have an example to use when you go over your practice work. All right, so first things first, we have to make sure that we're doing our ride. We like to try to avoid that, but we need to make sure that we're going through and finding that important information. So first, the question, how many yards of ribbon can she use for each present? Right, and then in this case, I know that each is going to be my to-do word because I can say I have 5 groups and they have 4 people each. That each tells me I'm going to multiply. Or I can say I have 20 total people. I put them in 4 groups each. How many are in each group? Then I use division. So I have to look at what I have. Do I have a total? And bear with me here, I'm using a really icky pen. So do I have a total or do I have the number of groups or the number in each group? Depending on what I have, that's going to tell me which operation I'm going to use. So I go back through and I see Miss Held is wrapping presents. She has 1/2 yard of ribbon that she uses for 3 presents. So the have is always my total. So that's how much I have. And then she's using it for 3 presents. So this is my number of groups. So since I have my total and my number of groups, I know that I have to divide. Again, if I have a total of 20 students and I want 5 groups, I have to do 20 divided by 5. Well, in this case, I have a 1/2 yard, and I want 3 groups, so I have to divide that by 3. But now remember, I don't actually use division. I actually am going to use multiplication. We have that process, so we keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep the 1/2. I'm going to change division to multiplication, and then I'm going to flip this 3. But remember, 3 is like 3 over 1, so this becomes 1/3, and then I multiply as normal, and I get 1/6. So Miss Held would use 1/6 yard of ribbon for each present. Now, I will tell you that if you look at 5NF7, I believe it's practice number 1, it has the number lines. You can go ahead and ignore the number lines. Just show the math in getting your answer. Please make sure that you can review this again if you want to, but then when you're done, you need to use the rest of the time to get your practice work done, and then make sure that you turn it in by the end of class.